Today, we're still on the mountain overlooking the Sea of Galilee, listening to Jesus about what it means to be blessed by God and learning what the kingdom of God looks and feels like. So let's settle our bodies and open up our hearts and our minds to what Jesus says to us. So let's take our Bibles and turn to the book of Matthew in the New Testament, and let's read Matthew chapter 5, verse 7 together. Jesus says, "Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy." Can you think of a time you received kindness when you did something hurtful? Maybe you said something unkind to your brother or your sister, but they used their words to tell you how they felt. They forgave you and still wanted to play with you. How did that make you feel? Have you ever made a mistake and someone responded with harshness or was unkind? Maybe they snapped at you, raised their voice, or even threw something. How did that harsh behavior make you feel? I want to tell you a story about two friends. Finn and Micah were good friends. They played at Micah's house at least once a week after school. Their favorite activities were jumping on the trampoline, playing with action figures, and playing video games. So one day, after Finn went home, Micah realized that one of his favorite action figures was missing. The next day, Micah saw his action figure's arm sticking out of Finn's backpack. When Micah asked him about it, Finn said, "This is mine. My mom gave it to me this morning." And Micah answered, "Finn, it has my initials on its foot." Finn looked afraid and sad and angry all at once. And Micah could tell that Finn didn't know what to do or say. So Micah thought about his options. He could tell a grown-up, which is always a really good choice. He could yell at Finn and yank the toy back harshly, or he could try to settle the problem with mercy first. He decided on mercy and said to himself, "If this doesn't work, I'm getting a grown-up." So Finn tells Micah, "I would like my toy back, but I want you to know I understand you really like it and you made a mistake. We can play with it again at my house this Wednesday, okay?" Finn answered quietly, "Okay." Then he handed the toy back to Micah. So like Finn and Micah, we have opportunities every day to choose merciful or harsh responses. When we offer mercy, we feel what the other person feels. And we take action on their behalf and continue to work for their well-being. When we respond harshly, we hurt one another and ourselves. The people listening to Jesus would have heard mercy as a reminder of who God is, merciful. And when we try to feel how others might be feeling and show mercy by acting on their behalf and dedicating ourselves to their well-being, we are following God's example. That is why Jesus said, "Those who are merciful are blessed." Of course, that doesn't mean we permit others to treat us poorly or cross our boundaries. And mercy is about showing one another understanding. Mercy is not about being okay with mean behavior. Telling someone to stop right now is not harsh. We show mercy to ourselves by making safe choices and getting help if we need it. So let's make circles with our hands and pretend we're putting on a pair of glasses. Does everyone have their glasses on? Okay, good. We're going to think of these as our mercy glasses. When we're wearing them, we look for instances of mercy around us. So if you see harshness, you can put the glasses on to find a merciful way. Everyone we meet is God's beloved child, someone who needs love, mercy, and help. Don't forget to look in the mirror with your glasses on too. So this week, try to wear your mercy glasses as much as you can. And if you're in a situation when it's especially hard to show mercy to someone, you can always use your hands to put on your glasses to help you remember.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they'll inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. The Beatitudes are blessings from above. They fill our lives with gratitude and love. So rejoice, be glad, and learn each one these blessings from above. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, they'll be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. The Beatitudes are blessings from above. They fill our lives with gratitude and love. So rejoice, be glad, and learn each one these blessings from above. So rejoice, be glad, and learn each one these blessings from above.
Welcome back. So let's listen to what Jesus says about what it means to be pure in heart. Let's take our Bibles and turn to Matthew chapter 5, verse 8, and let's read it together. Jesus says, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God." Jesus cares about our bodies, hearts, and minds, how we act and feel and think. Let's all put our hand on our hearts right now. So, in our bodies, the heart is in the center. Our beating heart is what keeps us alive. The heart is also the center of how we live our lives. What we want most and need, what we feel, and what's important to us are all carried in our hearts. What we carry in our hearts has a big impact on the actions we take and the choices we make. The inside of us directs the outside of us. This is why the heart, the inside of us, is important to Jesus. It's why Jesus said the pure in heart will be blessed. To be pure in heart is to show love for God, neighbor, and yourself in how you act and speak and think. Our integrity is an important part of this. You are a person of integrity when your outside actions match the person you are on the inside. Integrity means working toward wholeness for yourself and creating the same kind of wholeness in our world. When your heart is pure, you also want wholeness for everyone else. When you live from your integrity and purity of heart, you do kind and helpful things because you love God and your neighbor. You aren't focused on how it makes you look or what kind of reward might be in it for you. Purity of heart helps us make outward choices based on love and a desire for wholeness in ourselves and our world. We will show compassion, mercy, and love because we know that's what we're created to do and who we're created to be. And when we do, we will see God. We see and experience God's presence when we see the fruits of God's Spirit. That's love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Our eyes will open to the ways we see people caring for one another and the ways we experience it ourselves. And seeing how God is present in our midst gives us the encouragement and hope we need to keep it going.